in the buena, joven monate que sale teng, teng, joven monate que sale teng, teng, joven monate que sale teng.
Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm Abigail Shongo, and as you can see in today's topic, I am going to be giving signs to spot if your person or your partner or your husband or whoever is successful for you in a relationship. But before we get into it, please do like and subscribe and hit the bell thingy so that you can get notifications every time I upload. But before we get into it, I'm going to give you like 30 seconds max to do that. So yeah.
I'm trying to fight back for my life, understand that mama said it clear that in life you don't turn back, you die once. Young man, definitely no second chance. I brought you here on this earth, I'm the only one who cares, so pick yourself up, and it's time that you man up. As you grow up, things get detrimental, you can prosper, I believe that you
Done? I hope you're done. Now let's get into it. The first thing that the person would want to do is isolate you from your loved ones. I know you're probably thinking, how is this person going to isolate me from my loved ones? I mean, I love my best friend, don't get me wrong, but like, how is the person going to isolate me from my family, my own family? This is what's gonna happen. The person is gonna be everybody, like literally everybody. Doesn't matter if it's a guy, it's a girl, whoever. It's like the person is going to be every single fucking person. You understand? He or she is going to be somebody that you confide in. Your best friend, your mom, your dad, your siblings, that aunt that you hate so much, that aunt that you love so much, your uncle, your everybody. Like, he or she is gonna be all of that, you know? Because when you get in a relationship, we normally talk about the people we confide in. So the person is going to be exactly what you tell him. Excuse me. Exactly what you tell him. So I think what's gonna happen is that they'll try to draw you close to them. That in the sense that whenever you fight with that cousin that you hate so much or that you love so much, you'd go to them and tell them, you know, I had a fight with my cousin and we're not in good terms, and be like, no, you know what, but baby, you should fix it, but you should like not let your guard down. Hey man, you won't say it like that, but something along those lines. So you find that you trust him and you always confide in him, and then you always tell him your problems. Then what's going to happen when you two have problems? Who are you going to run to? That's him trying to be your support structure in the most controlling way. And normally, if people do that, it becomes difficult for you to leave them. Like literally, leaving them would be very, very difficult, because when you go out there, you like think, ish, but then what am I gonna tell? How am I gonna start a new bond with my mom or with that cousin or with my aunt or with, because you haven't spoken to them in like months, you understand? So that's what he's going to do, but not, he's going to do that in the most tactical ways. He's going to have strategy. These people, I have personal experience of a person like that. And believe me, leaving them is the most difficult thing. Most difficult thing. Because when you go out there, you're like, how do I go back to my mom? And normally they tell you, your family, when you change, they tell you, you've changed, but you wouldn't hear none of it, because when you're in love and the person is always supporting you emotionally, because that's what we want. We don't want your money, we don't want your anything, we just want you to be there emotionally. You understand? So when the person is there emotionally, it becomes difficult for you to leave. So another sign is that if you find yourself apologizing on a daily basis for every wrong thing that you do, oh man, don't get me wrong, right? There's nothing wrong with apologizing. And I sometimes feel like, okay, when I'm wrong, I need to apologize. when you're wrong in a relationship, you apologize and find a way to move forward. You were wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. But if when there's nothing that you can do, nothing is ever good in his eyes, you always apologize for what you believe in, that's a serious red flag. That's a serious red flag. That says the person is not willing to compromise on what you believe in. Or you guys can reach an understanding. And you only to find out you're the only one who's doing the apologizing. He doesn't even apologize when he's wrong. He always spins it around and makes you feel as if you're wrong. And you always apologize. If it were me, I wouldn't apologize for something that I wouldn't do, I didn't do, or I don't believe in. If I don't want to apologize, I won't. I'll tell you. I will not apologize for this because this is not what I believe in. But if you find yourself that you're apologizing and they didn't give you like a clear explanation as to what you're apologizing for, why are you even apologizing? No, like literally, why are you apologizing? You know, so you need to like, that's a serious red flag that you need to look at. The next sign that you need to look for is if you're in a relationship and can't be yourself 100%. I always say this to my friends. If you get into a relationship and you find that there's a part of you that you hide, that relationship might not last. How long are you going to hide that you're drinking? Or how long are you going to hide that you're smoking? Or how long are you just going to hide whatever habit that you have? You can't. Because if you're not 100% yourself, that means that person doesn't like that thing. That person might never allow you to be yourself. That means that's it. The relationship should just end there. It should just boom, stop there, you know, because it simply means that the person might criticize you or judge you based on your habit, and your habit is your habit, be it bad, be it good, but you can't really like stop a person from doing something until they're ready to stop it. You understand? Maybe you can initiate it or talk about it, but not in a sense that now your person is no longer like comfortable and they constantly have to check with you if it's okay. It's never okay. It's never gonna be okay. So you need to like, I don't know, a person should accept you with every flaw that you come with and not criticize anything about you and love you the way that you are. If you find that you love a person with conditions, maybe, I know it's not easy to like find unconditional love, but if the conditions are just there staring you in the face, making you change who you are, you should leave the relationship for real and never come back. Constantly walking on eggshells, will you be able to do that? Because I for one don't think I'd be able to do that. You understand? So the next sign that you need to look out for is, you know, as couples we argue and there's nothing wrong with that, but if you find that whenever you're arguing your past is brought into it, in a sense that you judged by what you did in the past, as if like the person doesn't have a past. Come on guys, we all have a past. So why do you have to tell me that my ex left me because you didn't wanna do a certain something? I almost did something and I know that it's wrong. But why would you like tell me that my partner left me because, well, I didn't want to try new things or I'm not spontaneous enough? What's that have to do, like, what does that have to do with anything right now? Because I'm in a relationship with you and you love me for who I am. Like, why do you have to bring my past into it? Your partner didn't marry you because, well, you were too boring. What if I am too boring? But isn't that what you loved about it? And if not, I suggest that immediately when he says no, I suggest that you pack your bags, go back home. Nobody told you to leave home for good. Leave that dude. Leave him. Leave that girl. He's not ready for a serious and mature relationship that he needs to compromise. Leave, like literally leave. and never look back, because your past is your past, and normally we heal from our past to move on to greener pastures. Sometimes they're not that greener. Sometimes they're not green at all, they're just blue and envious and black and whatnot. So like, leave that relationship. You're not ready to be reminded that the reason, imagine if you can't have kids, imagine somebody like reminding you the reason your partner left you is because you can't give him kids. Like, what the fuck is that? Not in a bad way, but what the fuck is that, you know? The next sign that you need to look out for is if your partner uses I in situations where he's supposed to be using we. Babe, there is certainly something that most people need to understand. Yes, I understand your money is your money, it's fine. But there are certain situations whereby you need to ask your partner if he's comfortable. If you at some, let me create like some sort of scenario. If you're at a party and your friends ask you, hey, but then like, let's go to that after party, and you say, yeah, I'm game. What if your partner isn't? You need to say, you know what, let me discuss it with my partner so that we can tell you what we think. we. When you get in a relationship, it's no longer an I situation, it's a we situation. Everything has to accommodate your partner. And your partner might say, you know what, you can go, but I'm not going. I wouldn't be like, okay, I'm going with you always. No, sometimes you just need time with the boys and, you know, relax and everything. But we is very important, more than I. Especially if you're in a relationship. Guys, this is where we most go wrong. We. You're no longer an I. The moment you get in a relationship, it's a we situation. Say it's who? The two of us, not the third party. We as in like me and my partner, not my mom, not my dad, not anybody. Just me and you. We. Please do keep that in mind. It's very, very important.